Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Opportunity.
Today we're going to tell you the best opportunities in the Northport, Venice, Englewood areas.
Let's get started.
The first big opportunity out there is new construction homes that are on scattered lots. There is a lot of new construction going on, a lot of homes that are moving ready. So all you have to do is just send an offer, and some homes are already ready for you, but there are some that maybe won't be ready for another 2 to 3 months. So whatever timeline you're looking at, there is a lot of new construction out there that could work within your timeline.
And just to give some more clarity on like what this means, what is scattered lots? So like in the South Venice area, I'd say is one of the more common ones to see, you know, homes just being built in the very few scattered lots that are available there. Or in Northport, quite a bit of opportunity there, Englewood as well. And the reason why we know this is an opportunity is because we're starting to see some of the builders from these, you know, different spec home builders like Adams Homes, there's a couple other ones, and we're seeing them like Tamiami Trail and 776 holding signs and shaking them and saying, hey, we've got opportunities. So you can tell that they're, you know, at this time a little more willing to maybe negotiate a little bit more, and there are some opportunities with that.
And this is great news if you're looking to purchase a home, not just a new construction home, but a home period, because resale homes are pretty similarly priced as new construction homes right now. And on top of that, a lot of different builders, every builder is different, but a lot of builders are either lowering your interest rates to, like, I've seen 4.7%, which is that's crazy right now. Rates are at 7%. So that's almost half. Also, a lot of builders are providing closing incentives. So that could be anywhere from $10,000 to $20,000 in closing assistance. And that's great because that way you don't have to come up with all the closing costs on your own. And on top of that, there is still the possibility to negotiate the price of the actual home. So there is a lot of great deals to be had right now.
Yeah, and if you want something that's not HOA, which is, you know, a common theme we hear from people on the YouTube channel, clients, you know, all that. By the way, if you are looking to buy or sell a home in the area and you want to support the channel so we can keep making you guys videos like this, the best way to do it is call, text, or email our team.
941-221-1897. We'd love to help you out. We've helped a lot of people move to the area. We'd love to help you too.
Yeah, but so the non-HOA route, back to that, and the spec homes, I mean, this is the perfect convergence of those two things. You can get a new home, like Haiti said, probably close to resale home prices, but you get, you know, more of that peace of mind of having a brand new home. And now you don't have to deal with the HOA or the restrictions, and, you know, potentially might put you in a better location. I mean, when you're talking being in Venice or in Englewood, it's going to put you closer to the beaches than if you're in, let's say, like Wellen Park. So that's definitely, you know, something that's really awesome to consider. Northport, it's going to put you a little bit more inland, so that beach access is going to be a little bit further than Wellen Park, but you're also going to save some extra money that way too, because Northport generally prices are going to be lower and more opportunity to get bigger homes, bigger lots, things along those lines.
And another great thing too with new construction is that the home will be built up to code, so the most recent code. And as you know, if you've been watching us for a while, we have been getting hit with hurricanes. There's another one coming our way, but if you are in a new construction home, that home is going to be built up to code for the latest codes, and a lot of them, most of them, have the hurricane impact windows. If they don't, they'll have the hurricane impact shutters. You have a brand new roof, so nothing to worry about there. And they usually, with the elevation, they'll build up, so the home is going to be elevated, so no flooding. I mean, we are still in Florida, so the potential for flooding, it's great, but that's how new construction mitigates that risk.
Next big opportunity, and we're going to keep hammering this home on the channel, we just feel like it always goes under the radar, is the whole like North Venice, kind of Palmer Ranch, kind of Osprey, Nokomis area. That whole area is kind of one hodgepodge of areas that all kind of have their own different names, but it's kind of one geographical area, and it's starting to, you know, connect Sarasota to Venice. And first of all, the opportunity there is just, I think the appreciation is going to be immense as those areas connect more and more. But on top of that, I'll let her talk about more like the home deals and prices and things like that. But I just think the opportunity as far as access, you're talking about a 10-minute drive potentially to get to beaches. And Nokomis beaches to me is one of the most underrated beaches. You've got actual beach there, lots of shark's teeth, prehistoric shark's teeth and seashells, a jetty, a boardwalk. Like, there's really no other beaches that have all that stuff in one spot in Venice or Englewood. So you got access to that. Plus you have quick access to 75. There's lots of new commercial stuff coming to the area, and, you know, big box stores and fast food chains and things like that coming to the area. And I think as time goes on, maybe we'll see some more mom and pop stuff. And then you're also going to be really close to downtown Venice. So it's just like you get everything, but since it's kind of under the radar, like you're not quite, depending on the place, I guess, but usually you're not quite paying those, you know, Wellen Park price tags and getting a lot of the similar benefits.
And the great thing about North Venice is that there is a lot of different price ranges, a lot of different communities. We have communities that have villas from the mid 300s to $400,000. We have communities that have just the single family homes, like a 2-bed and plus flex or 3-bed home. And those range anywhere from the 400,000s and upwards. So depending on the size of the home that you're looking at, there is a lot of different options throughout the whole North Venice area. And these homes are more in HOA communities, so not as much as spec homes on a scatter lot. But if you do want a new construction home and don't want to pay like the CDD and HOA prices in Wellen Park, North Venice, it's a great option.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things that kind of sets it apart from even Wellen Park. I mean, really with Wellen Park, you're talking basically Wellen Park Golf and Country Club as far as having like condo and townhome options, or at least a lot of them. Outside of that, most of Wellen Park just doesn't have a lot of that. Whereas North Venice, you get some more of that. If you want more of that kind of like urban type of, you know, dwelling, or, you know, something with multi-units, that's one of the really few areas that's an option outside of, I'd say, I guess there's also a fair amount of villas in Wellen Park. So getting the options for that, but getting your access to Sarasota much quicker by being able to get on 75 quick, and just by nature of being north, so you're closer to it, you know, and having that access without paying the Sarasota prices, I think is a huge win. If, you know, Sarasota is a city that you find desirable and you would like to spend more time there, but you maybe don't want to pay those prices, and or you don't want to lose access to Venice.
And as far as builder incentives, there are builder incentives as well in those communities. So depending on the builder, we have a lot of different builders in North Venice. So depending on the builder, they do have those lower interest rates or incentives for closing costs and the opportunity to negotiate as well. And another exciting thing about it too is that we have different builders coming in. So homes are looking a little bit different depending on the community, which is pretty exciting.
Yeah, it's refreshing to see some different floor plans and, you know, design elements and things like that. You see a lot of similar builders throughout Wellen Park, so it's nice to see some different stuff there.
Another exciting area is the Rotonda West community in Englewood. This is a deed restrictive community, and the deed restriction fees are around $190 a year, so pretty low. But you are able to find new construction homes there as well. If you want to feel part of a more of like an established community, the Rotonda West area, it's great for that. And there is a lot of different canals, and you can fish and boat. So it's a great community, and you are able to find great deals as well on homes and home prices. Different builders, because it's kind of like building on scattered lots on a community.
Yeah, and I think one thing to point out with the canals, because sometimes we get questions about that, is it does not go out to the Gulf. So if you are looking for access to that, no, but you can go on the water and boat around a neighborhood, you know, neighbor's house and have a dinner party. You park your boat there. So that's kind of neat and something different. And again, with Rotonda West, you're getting pretty quick access to beaches in the Englewood area, probably talking about a 15-ish minute drive, give or take. Depends on what end of Rotonda you're on. So, you know, as far as price point goes and just the opportunity, though, they're definitely one of the better ones in the area, I'd say, as a whole. I think you could say a lot of that also just for Englewood as a whole, like, you know, with scattered lots, like we were talking, you know, with the first opportunity, same thing with Englewood there, you know, getting a scattered lot new construction home in Rotonda or Englewood is going to be a little bit cheaper than Venice, and then Northport would probably be the cheapest of all.
As far as prices, you can find new construction homes in Rotonda from the low $300,000 and upwards.
The next big opportunity, and you're going to see a theme, I think one of the biggest opportunities here is new construction right now because of, you know, buying down the interest rates and negotiating room and things like that, which, you know, you have a little bit of that with resale too. But Gulf Cove, this is under the radar, and the next one we're going to give you is also a little bit under the radar. Tell us about Gulf Cove. She knows a lot about Gulf Cove.
Yeah, so Gulf Cove, it's a great community. It's a boating community, so you can have a boat and it'll actually take you to the Mayaca River and then to the Gulf. So that's great for people who are, you know, looking to stay lower on the budget but still be able to access the Gulf. And this community, it's great. It's very close to Rotonda West too, but it's in Port Charlotte. So it's between Port Charlotte and Englewood East. but you can find new construction homes from reputable builders in Gulf Cove from the low $300,000. So I think that's the best deals you can find right now in the area.
Yeah, and I think when you put that into context, that price point, you're getting your boat access. You're not too far from beaches in Englewood. All the stuff that Englewood has to do with Dearborn Street and their downtown. Plus being in between that and Port Charlotte. Port Charlotte's got quite a bit of big box store stuff. They got IHOP. I think they got a Best Buy, I want to say. Quite a bit, you know, of stuff that even like Venice doesn't have. Plus a mall with a movie theater. So like there's a lot of perks to being in that area. I think that, you know, kind of fly under the radar in that location that people wouldn't think about. So I think, you know, it's a huge opportunity if you want your boat access, your beach access, and, you know, good shopping amenities. There's not a lot of areas where you can get that, especially at that price point. It's pretty insane.
Yes, great restaurants as well. And Port Charlotte puts you closer to the Punta Gorda and Fort Myers areas for even more amenities, more, you know, big box stores, malls, and a lot of amenities.
Yeah, Punta Gorda downtown is awesome. The whole, you know, Port Charlotte, the marina by Port Charlotte there is awesome. Fisherman's Village. So yeah, there's just so much to do there.
Another great opportunity in the Englewood area is the Cocoa Bay community, brand new community being built right now.
And that's awesome too, because again, good prices, pretty quick access to beaches. You're talking about a 10 to 15 minute drive to get to beaches without necessarily paying those beach prices. So it's a huge win. Puts you just on the edge of Englewood as well. So you're really close to a lot of shopping, a lot of amenities on that side of things. You know, you got your Walmart and things like that, not too far. So you're getting access to all that, but also being probably of all these communities outside of maybe North Venice, the closest to beaches. And those are, I'd say, are pretty similar. Even then, I'd say North Venice, if you're like on more the east end, it's going to put you probably a little bit further away from beaches. So that's a huge win, I think.
As far as prices and incentives go, they are offering low interest rates, again, like around a 4.5%. Keep in mind that that's always changing. The different builders are always having different incentives. So at the time of filming this video, that's what the incentives are, but those might change. But 4.5% interest rate, which is pretty low right now. You can find villas for the low $300,000 here and homes from the $400,000s and upwards.
And I think one thing to note also with all these opportunities, right about now we're starting to see the federal interest rates go down. So we might see a little more competition. So it's hard to say, you know, how good these deals will be for much longer. You know, maybe as more competition comes in, as the interest rates come down, I guess we'll have to see how that plays out. But, you know, maybe these opportunities won't be there, you know, the longer you wait, maybe 6 months from now. I guess it's hard to say. But just one thing I want to throw out there, because you might be sitting in a nice sliver of time where, you know, you can get a good deal, then refinance in a couple of years and already have your interest rate bought down. And on top of that, you know, maybe the prices will start to go back up. You know, it's hard to say what's going to happen because no one has a crystal ball, but I think it's worth noting.
Another great opportunity is Wellen Park. Similar incentives from different builders. There's a lot of different builders in Wellen Park. There's a lot of different price ranges depending on the community, size of the home, materials of the home. But there is a lot of opportunity yet in Wellen Park.
Yeah, and I think it's one to definitely put on your radar just for the fact of, again, like we talked about North Venice opportunity, right? Because it's kind of like becoming part of Sarasota in a way and connecting a little bit more. Well, Wellen Park in its own right is like this new thing. It's this hot thing. If you go check out the downtown, it's hopping there now. There's lots of people there quite frequently, and they're going into phase 2. There's a new Costco there. I think when you start to put some of those things into perspective, you see that, okay, yeah, this area is going to continue to appreciate as time goes on, and it's going to become quite desirable because, again, you're talking about 17 to 18. We timed it 18 minutes, I think, drive to the beach, 17 minutes. And so quick beach access, but then also it positions you right in between Northport. Lots of big box store shopping there. Venice, their historic downtown, and Englewood, more beach opportunities and access, and their downtown. So it's just a really primed location and a hot spot. And I think if you can get in now before prices appreciate and get some of these deals, it could be a really big win for you.
And just to give you an idea on prices on Wellen Park, there are homes, new construction homes listed in the $400,000 range and upwards.
And it can go quite a bit upwards from there. We've done some tours of some immaculate homes. I mean, we're talking in the 2 million plus range, but they are worth every penny. I mean, if you see them, check out our channel. We've done some whole tours. Anything with jaw dropping in the title is not clickbait. Let's just say that. So check some of those out if you are interested. But as always, if you do want to buy or sell a home in the area,
make sure to call, text, or email our real estate team, 941-221-1897. We'd love to help you out.
We've helped a lot of people move to the area, and we'd love to help you too. And if you're finding the videos helpful, that is a great way to support the channel. If you want to see more about what it's like to live in Wellen Park, check out this video here. Hit the like button if you found it helpful, and live breezy.